There we go. Finished product, I guess you'd call it. Anyways, like I said, you could feed this, go ahead. You could feed this to anybody that eats fish, as long as you don't tell them what it is. And they'll be all over it. We'll put it down. What is going on, everybody? We are getting all set up to clean some buffalo. I've been shooting buffalo for a couple years now, and a lot of y'all bust my chops about not eating them. I guess because they're bony and a lot of y'all don't eat them, you think that I don't eat them. And we eat nearly all the buffalo that we shoot. We eat all the gar, all the carp, and the buffalo that we don't eat, we bury in the garden over there for fertilizer. Cat found him an ant. But anyways, we're getting all set up. I'm gonna show y'all how I flay these buffalo, process them down, and fry them up so that they're pretty well boneless. You know, I mean, it'll be so good you can invite company over, and I'm telling you, they will eat it. So let me get everything set up and get the fish out of the back of my truck, and we'll get started. First thing you got to do, I'm gonna go through it pretty quick. It's not gonna be a long video. First thing you got to do is you flay it. You flay it like you would any other fish. I use an electric knife. The idea is to go down to the spine and then turn your knife and run your knife along the spine. So go right here behind the gill plate. Go down to where the spine is, just the center of the fish. Then you turn your knife. And they got some thick ribs. There you go. Flip that over. Yeah, it looks gross now, but it's pretty good stuff. You eat them all the time.
Yeah, but I just don't like that stuff.
Ain't nobody eat that stuff. Then you just take your knife and run it right down the skin. Just take it right off the skin.
And I put it in the bowl. That's disgusting.
All right, you'll do the other side the same way.
Hey, you got it on me.
You will. Once you get the skin off of it, you just take the ribs out. They're a little bit too big to grind. You just there you go. That's trash. All right, so here's what you're left with. Here's the fillet. Now,
why do you skin the fish?
let me get the other side done real quick, and then I'll show you the next step. Once you get both sides filleted, take them in the house and wash them up. Y'all stick with me now. I'm gonna show you how to fix these fish where you can invite company over, and I promise they'll eat them. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cube it up for grinding. And you wanna get all of that red meat right there off. All the skin that's left over. So the way I do it is as I cube it up, I just flip it over on its side, trim that off, and trim the skin off. There we go. And then I do that for both the fillets. Get them all cubed up, get all this red meat trimmed off. And then after I get it all trimmed up, we're gonna grind it and process it. I'll show you how to do that. I was gonna tell y'all too, these ribs here, right here, the spot that comes off the back of the ribs, I was cutting it up, that's already boneless. So if you just wanna throw that in the grease and fry it, that's on point. That's what everybody's talking about when they say buffalo ribs. They're gonna eat some buffalo ribs. I just grind it up with the rest of the meat and process it on out.
Yeah.
We just about got the process whipped now. We got everything we need here to finish it. We keep having to move this table because of the sun. We're trying to stay in the shade. We don't want our equipment to get hot. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna run this fish through the grinder twice. And I threw that in the freezer for about 30 minutes just to firm it up a little bit. Not so much that it froze all the way through, but enough that it firmed up just a smidge. So now we're just gonna run it through the grinder 2 times. What I mean 2 times is we'll run it through once and then dump it back in there, run it through a second time. Don't that come out just pretty as a picture? I guarantee you all them bones are chopped up so fine now. Oh, I kicked your foot, I'm sorry. I'm glad I caught you.
I was afraid I was gonna fall on my fake friend.
What was I saying? Oh, them bones are chopped up so fine now when you fry them. They'll either dissipate or they'll be so small you won't notice them. But anyways, to fry it, what I do is I put it in the jerky shooter. If you don't got a jerky shooter or a meat grinder, they sell them at Walmart. Might as well have one. I use them all the time. Put it in jerky shooter with a flat nozzle. I think it all would have fit in there. And then I shoot it out onto a pan into sticks like this.
We do that.
I don't know if you can do it.
I can do it, but can I?
Once I get it all shot out into sticks,
We fry it up.
we stick it in the freezer and let it get hard so it'll hold its shape. Then we fry it up. So let me get it in the freezer and get it hardened so it'll hold its shape. And I'll show you how we fry it. We just roll it in cornmeal like you do catfish and fry it. All right, here we go. Fresh out of the freezer. I guarantee you that'll hold its shape.
Is that jerky?
No, it's not jerky, it's those fish sticks.
Are we gonna eat them?
Yep. All right, now you just get these suckers and cut them into nuggets. And then you throw them in some cornmeal. As they melt, oh, you want to do that?
Yeah.
As they start to melt, and you don't let them melt all the way. The condensation will cause the cornmeal to stick to the fish. Throw them in there. Ooh, our fryer's almost ready. Hold on, let me cut it. There you go.
I'm gonna take this one.
Then as they melt, we're just gonna spin them around, let that cornmeal grab hold. They'll condensate, the moisture will pull out, the cornmeal will stick to the moisture, and then we're gonna throw it in the fryer.
After this melts, we're gonna put it in the air fryer and wait on it. When it's done heating up, we're gonna put it in. Then we're gonna wait on it. Then
There you go. So easy a 4-year-old can do it. Oh, then we're gonna eat it. You forgot it. Here we go. We're all ready.
Here we go.
Here we go. Whoa, let me do it. Let me put it in the grease knuckle.
You can.
Oh no. He's gonna get mad at me. Because I won't let him deal with the hot grease.
You just pick it up.
I know, but what if you stick your finger in there?
I won't.
Well, let's not take a chance.
What's it doing?
Frying. We're just gonna keep going till I get it all in there. I ain't scared. Here, get back so you don't get burnt. On this side. There we go. Just let it fry up till it's golden and crispy. Look at this. It's been about 5 minutes. That right there is as good as any fish you've ever eaten. You feed that to your crappie people and they'll eat it, I promise. They won't eat it if you tell them what it is before you feed it to them, but if you cook it and give it to them before they know what it is, I guarantee you they'll eat it. Let that cool off and I'll show you. I'll break some apart and then we'll all chow down on it. That is good stuff right there. You want some of this fish when it cools off?
We want it now.
You want it now? You don't get it now because everything's still hot. We're gonna let it cool off. There we go. Finished product, I guess you'd call it. Anyways, like I said, you could feed this, go ahead. You could feed this to anybody that eats fish, as long as you don't tell them what it is. And they'll be all over it. We'll put it down. You can't even tell that there's bones in it at all. I don't know if they fry out or if they're just so small you can't tell they're in there. Anyways, we eat it. This is how we clean and process it. I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all try it out. Let me know what you think. We're gonna dig in. The people behind the camera want some fish too. So, like I said, appreciate y'all watching. We'll catch you next time.